Why we hear the Christmas story over and over and over and over. Listen to the words of King David from Psalm 78, verses 1 to 7. Give ear, O my people, to my teaching. Incline your ears to the words of my mouth. I will open my mouth in a parable. I will utter dark sayings from of old, things that we have heard and known, that our fathers have told us. We will not hide them from their children, but tell to the coming generation the glorious deeds of the Lord and his might, and the wonders that he has done. He established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel, which he commanded our fathers to teach to their children, that the next generation might know them, the children yet unborn, and arise and tell them to their children, so that they should set their hope in God and not forget the works of God, but keep his commandments. This is the appointed psalm for today, and I'm glad that it is. When I read it, it impressed upon me the need to hear and rehear the stories and teachings of God. It also made me aware yet again how important it is that we tell these stories to our kids over and over. It says in verse 4, tell to the coming generation the glorious deeds of the Lord and his might and the wonders that he has done. That is what we are responsible for, the telling of God's wonderful deeds. It's not up to us to believe for others or to convince them, but to be faithful in the telling of it to the next generation. So that, as it says in verse 7, they should set their hope in God. That's it. And that's why we tell the Christmas story, the Easter story, the Advent stories, the Lenten stories, the stories of the Old Testament and of the church in Acts and from the epistles over and over and over. So the next generation has those same stories to rely on and to pass on. After all, what would we know of God and his love if the previous generations failed to tell you and I? So again, I wish you a happy Christmas season, as this again begins for us the story of Jesus on earth, that we and the generation after us will also know Jesus in heaven. Goodbye.